What is up, everyone? We got a pretty good podcast today because today I'm talking about my impressions on the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, which I have now fully seen and had some time to think about. In addition, today is the premiere of the game you guys have been asking for over a month. We've got updates on my Street Fighter 6 performance and other game news. All this and more on today's Level 1 podcast. Alrighty, everyone, welcome to the show. Today, the Level 1 podcast is being brought to you live from the snowy wastes of Death Mountain in Hyrule. How are you all this morning? I'm doing well. It is Tuesday, the 5th of December, 2023. It's an exciting day because so much has happened in the last 24 hours to talk about this story about GTA 6 and how silly this whole thing went down. I'm pretty excited to talk about it for various different reasons. I'm curious what you guys think. Of course, I'm always excited on a day when we're starting up a new video game. And today we're starting RoboCop, which you guys asked me to play, over a month ago when it came out, telling me that it was like surprisingly good. And I said, well, we already have a schedule of stuff, but let's see what happens. And you guys just kept campaigning for me to play this game over and over. And so now here we are. So, good show in store today for sure. I hope that you guys are in a good mood. I hope I find you in good spirits. We've got today and tomorrow still in my streaming week before my day off on Thursday. And then kind of some uncertainty for Friday, which we're also going to talk about today. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. And let's get started with a little bit of a recap. For those who are wondering, status of, what happened yesterday, what I'd like to do is quickly recap yesterday's game progress, but also what happened with this GTA 6 trailer that dropped out of nowhere and freaked out the world. All right? So yesterday, this was a return to a full day of gameplay streaming for me. After having a whole day of React content on Sunday, Monday was me going back to all games, all day long. And on the first stream, we had end game of Super Mario RPG Remake. And on the late stream, we had scheduled a nice stream of Street Fighter 6 ranked gameplay with Dalcine. So first, let's talk about Mario. I knew that we were at the end of the game, that there was basically only the final dungeon left in the game, and then we were going to wrap it up. But I told you guys I didn't know how far we were going to get because apparently they had added this new content to the game, which I didn't know what it was, how long it was, how you accessed it. Like, I didn't have any of that information. And because I didn't have that information, I couldn't really judge. Well, the good news is we beat the story, the main campaign. After that, I ran back to Monstro Town, and without the aid of the super weapon and super armor, I still was able to defeat both the final form of the optional boss Jinx, as well as the ultimate super boss Kulex from the original SNES version of the game. Now, what I mean by that is that in this version, the remake version, they added in a bunch of additional new content that wasn't present in the Super Nintendo version. But, of course, I'm not aware of any of that because this is new to me. I don't know how to access it. So, we basically did everything possible, got to the end, roll credits, gave you my opinions. And then with, 15 minutes left, went running around and found a way to access, I guess, another post-game area where apparently there's supposed to be, a series of 6 super bosses added in just for this version of the game. But we didn't do it because I ran out of time. And to be honest, do I like the game? Yes, I do. But I felt like it was time to move on and do something else. Interest in that playthrough had definitely declined. Attendance was dwindling a lot, and people have been asking me to do other stuff, constantly. And I said, well, we beat it. We did all the main stuff. Let's move on. Now, some people were like, well, what about the post-game stuff? Well, I mean, we could eventually do it. If people really, really wanted me to, we could have night streams, later on, chill night streams, where basically I just have like 2 hours of relaxing and trying to do these super boss fights with you guys. That's up to you, but after having done all that main content and it basically being the end of my stream, I was like, that's definitely the logical stopping point for this playthrough. So, moving forward, we'll see. I'm not going to delete it from my Switch or anything like that. But if you guys eventually want to see more of it or whatever, just let me know and we'll go from there. Okay? My apologies because I have post-nasal drip this morning. It's really bothering me. Late night stream last night was Street Fighter 6. Now, this was my second ever ranked session with Dalsim since I basically practiced with him a lot on PS5 and did my ranked matches last time. I'll tell you this, it went pretty well. I had a good time. Jasper, did you have a good time? He's purring. So, I had a good time, but it was very frustrating at the same time. Every time I play Street Fighter 6, it's a mix for me, and here's why, okay? So I'm using Dalsim. Arguably, one of the hardest characters in the game to use. Everyone agrees he's very hard to, use because... Excuse me, I'm sorry, this post-nasal drip is really bothering me today. Because he doesn't have speed, he doesn't have the tools that a lot of other characters have to get out of situations. At the same time, he plays so differently than the rest of the cast that if you get that momentum going, you definitely are able to keep characters away, lock them down, fool them with counter hits, and dominate. He can be pretty dominant in the game. He's a good character that's just very hard to play. Okay? So, in regards to this, when I played my ranked placement matches on Friday for Friday Night Fights, basically no one knew what was coming. They didn't know what hit them. I was beating people who were like 3, 4, 5-star diamonds who didn't know how to fight Dalsim, and I was kicking their asses. So I did really, really well when I played on Friday. Last night was more of a mix, and here's why. Number one, definitely lag. Not that it was as bad as Friday, it wasn't. But man, there were some situations where I'm right in the middle of a critical part of the match where I need to do a counter hit, or I'm in the middle of a combo, and the game lags and it goes, slows down. That's it. Once that happens and you lose your timing, you're going to lose the match with Dalsim, because Dalsim cannot be next to a character unless he's hitting them or in control. The moment that Dalsim loses that momentum control, he basically can't get it back. It's so hard for him to get someone off of his face, especially these rushdown characters like Cammy. It's very, very tough. So there were situations just like that where that would happen. I was winning, and then all of a sudden, because I'm playing an opponent who's on Wi-Fi, the connection goes brr, 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 and now I lose the whole match because of it, and it's very, very frustrating. In addition, there were entire matches where for a whole round, I just couldn't consistently get any moves out. And I'm like, obviously, the game is still the best online experience for a fighting game ever, but it's just not. When you're playing a character like Dalsim, it's sad that you lose entire matches because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like with other characters, it feels like, oh, a mistake was made, lag was made, you could come back. With Dalsim, it's like, oh, you killed my combo. Now, not only did I not get the damage I was supposed to get to win, but now I'm put in an insanely bad position because that character's in my face and I can't get them off. Wow, gee, thanks, internet connection, right? It really does suck, okay? In addition to that, I still think some characters just dominate him. Stupid Cammy is so ridiculous. But I don't want to get into the specifics of that. It was a close night, actually. I did come up on the winning side, which is always great. But, man, it was a close one. So, overall last night, I played 59 matches, and I won 31, and I lost 28. So, it was a 53% win-loss ratio. I started at the very, very bottom of Diamond rank, and by the time that the stream was over, I was near the top. Like, probably another few set wins, and I'll be in 5-star Diamond. But, at the very same time, yeah, that momentum that I had that first ranked stream didn't continue, we definitely ran into a lot of roadblocks. The thing was, I was actually fighting matchups now that I don't know. Like, I fought like 3 or 4 Blancas last night, and I was like, oh crap, I fought like one ever, right? Jamie, I've only fought a few, and Jamie, it seems, his jabs are so fast. He was baiting me with jabs, and I was like, okay, let me get him off me. Let me do drive reversal. So I would do it. He would jab. I would drive reversal. He blocked my drive reversal and then got a punish combo. And I'm like, so then there's no way to get him off of you. Because if I parry, I can't get him off unless it's a perfect parry. Even then, he recovers fast enough when I'm perfect parrying to attack again before I can because I'm slow. I'm Dalsim. You know, a lot of situations there that now I need to learn now that I'm finally into ranked and playing better people. But at the same time, I had some good successes, you know, beating a bunch of Rashids. Particularly, there was a match against a Minot that was fun. So I'm learning. It's taking a while, but, you know, just like everything, I'm learning. And the good news is constant progress, and it looks like if we keep pushing, I'm going to hit Master soon. So that's cool. All right? So overall, yesterday was a great streaming day. But during the day, something happened that wasn't planned nor expected by anyone. So here's what was supposed to happen. This morning at 6 a.m. Pacific time, Rockstar Games was supposed to drop the official trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. The first one. 90 seconds. It's basically a teaser. It's not really meant to explain too much about the game. It's just supposed to give you an initial taste to get you hyped. And of course, then you're going to get meaty information about the game moving forward, right? So it was supposed to be 6 a.m., but what happens is Rockstar scheduled the video on YouTube. So they already had it uploaded. It was there to be watched, but they set it to schedule. All right? And when you set a video to schedule, what happens is people can see the page it's on. People can see the length of the video. They can see all this metadata about the video. They just can't watch the video. Okay? Well, guess what? The internet doesn't want to wait. So someone figured out how to break YouTube's scheduled video system. And they went into it and they were able to pull a low-res version of the trailer from YouTube without Rockstar's permission. So just for the record, that's a huge legal liability because YouTube is supposed to be able to have functionality. And if it doesn't, and now Rockstar had their ginormous game leaked because YouTube doesn't work, they could be in trouble. Rockstar could seek damages for saying, no, we used your site trusting that your site works. It didn't, and you revealed company secrets before we were ready. This is on you. All right? Yeah, YouTube is stupid like that. YouTube has back doors to everything. YouTube has all this shit. This is why people say to me, why don't you use this feature of YouTube? Why don't you use that feature of YouTube? This is exactly why, because they don't work. They really don't. You know, you can have all these videos uploaded early, and then everyone can find them anyway. You could have videos set to private and unlisted, and people can find them anyway, because YouTube doesn't work. It always has had these issues. It's just so funny to me that people don't really ever hold them to task for it. They release code, and then that's it. It's in the wild. Just use it. But does it work? Did anyone test it? Did you beta test this thing? You know, any rigorous testing of any kind? Oh, no. Oh, what do you mean that the whole feature doesn't work? What do you mean the whole site went down today? What are you talking about? They don't even know. So, anyway, Rockstar gets it leaked, and what happened was, it was a very, like I said, low res. I want to say it was like 480p or even lower, because that's all they were able to rip from YouTube. So they started posting it all over social media, and then Rockstar got wind of this and realized, oh crap, that's the real trailer. Well, then I guess we just got to go early. So they did. They actually went full on trailer, full quality, and just released it on their channel and said, hey, we understand that the leaked version is going all over the internet. Come watch the full quality version. Don't watch that crappy one. So everyone did. And, of course, what ended up happening then was everyone started contacting me at the end of my Super Mario RPG stream and then during my Street Fighter stream. Hey, did you see the trailer? What do you think of it? You going to react to it? That wasn't in the cards for today. You know, like, I had a whole day of gameplay scheduled. If we had known that it was going to come out that time, I would have watched it and, you know, talked about it. But, you know, it just kind of, it jumped the gun because of a leaker, right? So, the good news is I've now seen it, and I will be talking about it today right here on the show. All right, I have some interesting thoughts about this trailer already. I think I've already figured it out. Like, I think I already know the whole game. I'm serious. All I gotta watch is this one teaser, and I get a vibe from it. I'm like, I know the whole plot. Seriously, I already know what the whole game's gonna be. But we'll see. Okay, we shall find out. But I have a lot of guesses. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about that. So yesterday was a good streaming day, in my opinion. Sorry, Jasper. I didn't mean to scare you. Yesterday was a good streaming day, in my opinion. I had a good day. I hope that you guys did too. And, hopefully, today will also be a good day. Let's talk about the schedule for the rest of the week. First of all, let's get it out of the way. And then let's get to the GTA6 trailer that you all want to talk about. So, today, I am playing RoboCop Rogue City for the first time on the Xbox Series X. I'm excited to try it out. You guys have told me, that this game is really good, and I hope so. I like RoboCop. I've seen the movies, all three. I don't know if there's any more, but I saw all three movies. The first one is really good. The second one's pretty good. The third one is absolutely atrociously bad. I remember. But I'm curious, what the game is in line with, and thank you because people donated this game to play. Like, I was on the fence about playing it, and people donated it. In fact, when I say people donated it, I literally mean that. People. As in not one person, not two people, 3 people donated RoboCop for me to play during a day off weeks ago. So because of that, I'm sitting here with 3 copies of the game, and I actually contacted some of the people and said, hey, so I got extra copies. Is it okay if I give away your copies when I get around to playing the game? Or, do you want to keep it for yourself? Obviously, that's up to you. And they were okay with me giving them away. So today, during the gameplay, I want to emphasize this. During the gameplay of RoboCop, not now, okay, but when I'm actually playing RoboCop today, there's a hair. Where is it? There's a hair in front of my face that's bothering me. It's like right, how sometimes you can see a hair right here? It's like, it's on an eyelash. It's bothering me because I can see it. Let me get out of my face. Got a whole show to do here. No, it's still there. It's right there. It's right, okay, it's on this eye. Where the hell is that? Did I get it? I got it. There it is. Ha ha ha. You little bastard hair. Right in my eyes, in my eyesight. I got it. Okay. All right. It was so annoying. All right, let's try this again. Okay? So today, while I'm playing RoboCop, during the gameplay, I'm going to give away 2 copies of the game. One is for Xbox, one is for Steam. Those are the extra copies that I have. All right? So sorry to PlayStation users. That's what I got. No, I'm not using a formal raffle system because there is no formal raffle system you can use for YouTube chat. It doesn't work. It's going to be this simple. I'm going to announce, just read the code right out on the stream. So if you're interested in getting a free copy of RoboCop today, obviously, number 1, stick around for the stream. And number 2, be ready to enter a code. If you want it for Xbox, have that screen open so that at a moment's notice, you could just type. I got another one. Are you shitting me? There's another hair. There it is. Now it's in this eye. What is going on today? A second hair. Did I get it? Okay, I got it. There was a hair on each side that was in my eyeball bothering me. Like, what on earth is going on? Okay. So, yeah, have the screen open. You know how either on Xbox or Steam, you can just have the code redemption screen open. Be ready. Because when I read it out live, literally everyone will have an equal chance to get it. Okay? And it's funny because I hear people saying things like, oh my god, I'm so afraid a detractor's going to get it. Listen, it doesn't matter who gets it. It's a giveaway. It's an open giveaway, and absolutely anyone can get this code, and that's fine. All right? But what I will say is this. Stop dwelling on that bullshit. Who cares? Who gives a shit if a detractor gets it? Who gives a shit? Or, who gets it? If you get it, great. And if not, oh well. Right? What you have to understand is that when you say stuff like that, you're giving them attention. Because now what they will do is lie. They're all going to come out, oh, I got it. Oh, I got it. And here's all these photoshopped screens of how, oh, yeah, I redeemed it and I got the fucking game. They've been doing that forever. Ever since I started giveaways back in the day over the internet, this is how they all claim they got it. It's like they're full of shit. You don't have to worry about who got it. If you didn't get it, that's what you got to worry about. If you got it. If you got it, great. If not, who gives a fuck who got it, right? So enough of the nonsense. I don't want to hear people talking about who got it, what troll did this and that. No one cares what the trolls did. The trolls could sit and spin on a cactus for all I care, all right? They don't exist. Fair enough? Okay. The way I see it, there's always people who find a way to turn a positive into a negative, right? Don't turn a positive into a negative. 2 people are going to get a game today. That's cool. Let's celebrate that. Okay? All right. So RoboCop on the first stream. I'm excited to see what it's all about. And then tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it is Like a Dragon Gaiden. Continuing on. As you know, Like a Dragon Gaiden, the ultimate late night chill stream game, where during this time when I'm doing all these open world missions and all of this stuff, you can relax and interact with me and have some fun conversation and have a good time. And the playthrough's been great up to now. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait for more because I believe we have to unlock like 5 or 6 more side missions tonight that we could start and get into. So, more Like a Dragon Gaiden tonight. Please join me tonight if you want to relax. Okay? Now, tomorrow, I would love to say is 100% locked in. It's not yet. But let me tell you what I want to do, and hopefully it goes through well and I can do it. What I want to do tomorrow, okay? Boy, there's another hair. This is getting absolutely ridiculous, or maybe I just never got it. Okay, it's on this eye. I can see it. There is a hair here on this eye. Because when I move, I can see it moving in front of my eye. How is this possible? Maybe it's on an eyelash. This is ridiculous. I can't get rid of this hair. I really can't. There's a tiny micro hair somewhere that's bothering my eyeball. Anyway. Seriously, it's getting ridiculous. Tomorrow, here's what I want to do. I want to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Warzone 3 on the first stream. It's the premiere of Warzone 3. It's the first day it's live. Brand new map and everything. But there's no guarantee that it's going to be live in time for the stream. Because they're saying it's supposed to launch at like 10 a.m. Well, that means I have to come in here and I have to get it started to like download around 10 a.m. If it's available. If the servers are fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of ifs here, a lot of factors involved that are like things out of my control. I wish that I could 100% say, oh, so it's totally in my control that this works and that we're guaranteed to play this tomorrow. But what if supposedly it goes live at 10 a.m., but it's like a 100 gig download, right? And it goes at a snail's pace, and, you know, now I'm trying to download it by the end of the podcast, right? Or what if they claim it's going to go live at 10 a.m. and it ain't there for whatever reason? Like, oh, sorry, we'll get it up as soon as possible or whatever, right? So I want to play it. That's my intention tomorrow. I've been building up to play this for a while because people want to see the new Warzone, and, you know, I didn't want to play the old one. I didn't like it. The thing is, last year I liked Warzone 2. Then they patched it for a new season, and it sucked. Like, they actually ruined it. It was much better in the original version. And when they patched it to improve it, it literally played awfully. It was like for tryhards only. And I'm like, if you can't just play something like that and jump in casually and have a good time, then there's no point in even having that fucking mode. And that's exactly what it was. You had to be some hardcore asshole to enjoy it after they patched it. So this time around, since it's new, and since it's on day one, everyone should be on an equal playing field, so no one's going to be great at this yet, so I feel like we're going to have a lot of fun with it, alright? We've enjoyed Battle Royale over the years. It all started years ago with PUBG, then it rolled into games like Black Ops 4 Blackout, and, you know, Warzone, so now we'll see if Warzone 3 is any good tomorrow. Hopefully it's live. I wish I could download it ahead of time, but apparently it doesn't go live until the morning, so we shall see what happens. Okay? Okay. Then tomorrow night, I'm thinking we're going to do more RoboCop. I think we should do a late night stream of RoboCop on Wednesday night. I was thinking about doing Street Fighter. I'm like, you know what? Let's save Street Fighter for Friday Night Fights, because I'm already going to play it on Friday night. So why jump the gun and play Street Fighter again on Wednesday and then on Friday? That's too much. So instead, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, will be another RoboCop session at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. So if you like RoboCop today, come back tomorrow night for the continuation. Okay? Now, I'm off on Thursday. Alright? I'll be back on Friday. And on Friday, I may be playing Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. And you say, wait a minute, May? What happened? Well, here's what happened. You realize the game has absolutely no information on the internet, right? like, they apparently didn't allow for full reviews of this game at all, only previews like months ago, right? And basically, they, for some reason, I don't get it, aren't talking about it. It comes out Thursday on my day off, but no one knows anything about this game. There's no early previews, there's no early reviews, no one has review copies, no one knows anything about it. And it would be one thing if, like, Ubisoft came out and was like, listen, we're tired of the review system. Every time we put out early copies of these games, they get unfairly treated, they get slammed. We're just going to let it release among the public and let the public decide for themselves. If they said that, I would massively respect that, because I've been one of the biggest critics of the early review system of video games for the last decade. I'm saying we don't need it anymore, right? But every game does it. And the fact that here we are, 2 days from release, that game is supposed to be out less than 48 hours from now, and no one has anything to say about it, and no one knows anything about it, that's weird. That makes me a little nervous, to be honest. So, let's play it by ear. If it ends up being pretty good, I'm going to play it on Friday. I'm going to get my Ubisoft subscription back, my Ubisoft Plus, and I'm going to get it, and we're going to play it together and see if it's any good. But if word comes out, like Thursday, the game comes out, and everyone's like, oh my god, it's literally not good at all. It's boring, it's grindy, it's Far Cry with a skin, and it just doesn't play well. Or if it's crappy, then we're not going to do it. Then instead, we'll head into a schedule where it'll be RoboCop balanced with some Warzone for now, and then the night streams will be Street Fighter and Like a Dragon Gaiden. We'll have my React day on Sunday, and then what we'll do is we'll try to find another game to take over for Avatar. Instead, there's many options. Like, we have many different options of games right now that we could play in December instead of Avatar. We don't have to commit to Avatar. I was okay with it because all the previews looked good. But I'm a little nervous about it now. I'm not going to lie. And I certainly don't want to commit to it. And then it ends up being terrible, right? So, we'll see what happens. But, fingers crossed, it does come out and is good. And I'll be playing that Friday. And Friday night is Friday Night Fights, which is Street Fighter. And that'll be my next session, trying to rank up Dalsim further. He's very close to 5-star Diamond, so I think we'll hit that on Friday. Outside of that, you know, that'll be the week. The balance of the week. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired of waiting. Alright? So, as of right now, immediately, I'm going to post up the threads on DSPGaming where you guys can start nominating games for the Christmas Marathon event. Okay? And then what I need to do is I need to create commands. By the way, that hair is still there. Where the fuck is this hair? You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to take care of this right now. I've had enough. Alright. So, if you can believe it, I actually think it was a long hair from the top of my head, and it was so long, it was going down in front of my eye, and creating a situation where it looked like it was a little hair, but it wasn't. It was a long, dangling hair. So I ripped it out of my head viciously, and now I don't see any hair anymore. It's gone. That was really distracting. Oh, the issues with having longer or hair at my age. Not that it's really gonna last forever, as you can see right there. But what can you do, right? Anyway, what I want to do right now is post up 2 threads. These threads are gonna be for members and non-members to nominate video games to be played during the Christmas event. So here we go. Ready? Attention, all channel members of DSP Gaming. Happy holidays. This thread is the place where you can nominate games to be played during my marathon event for Christmas, which will be streamed on Saturday, December 23rd. This year, all limitations are off. Well, almost. What I mean is, unlike previous years, this year I have a mini PC and can actually play PC games. So as long as the game you nominate is either on Xbox Series X, PS5, Switch, or PC, it should be able to be played. Keep in mind, the marathon will likely feature 3 games, so be sure to suggest something that makes sense to play within a 90-minute time frame. For example, you likely should not nominate a game that takes 4 hours to really get into, as I would never have time to play that much during this marathon. The most nominated game in this members only thread will be played no matter what during the marathon event. So please start nominating games, and good luck. So that's it. This is the members only thread. This one is if you're a channel member, okay? You can go to the members tab of the channel and you can start nominating games as of right now, okay? So I'm about to post it. I'm just copying it because I'm going to make a variation of that for the open nomination. So here we go. Okay. So as a members only thread, it is live as of right now. If you are a channel member here on DSP Gaming, you have the ability to go to the members only thread on the members tab of the front page of this channel, and you can nominate games for the Christmas event. Please do. All right? Members get such power here because you're picking a game. Members will select one of the 3 games that we're going to play during the marathon. Okay? Now, I'm going to do an open thread. Attention to all viewers of DSP Gaming. So, this thread is the place where you can nominate games to be played during my marathon event for Christmas. Okay. So, the most nominated games in this thread will be voted on will be voted on in a final poll a few days before the event. So please nominate your favorite picks and good luck. Okay. So that is now an open thread. So now we have a members only thread as well as a thread for everyone. Okay. And I'm happy that we have both because I want people on both ends. Even if you're not a member, I still want you to participate in this event because the non-members will be picking 2 games while the members will be picking 1. All right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a command for Nightbot. All right? It's going to be Christmas. That's the command. So let's make that right now. Christmas command. Please post up games that you want me to play during the upcoming Christmas marathon here, and good luck. And there it is. Okay. So now there should be a Christmas command that should work in chat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up to be on a timer. So it should play every 15 minutes or so in the chat, it should pop up. There it is. I'm going to enable the Christmas command timer. So every 15 minutes, the Christmas command should auto play, and you should see the link in the chat, and you should be able to then go to there and post up your nominations. All right. So did it work? People are checking right now. Did it work? Can you see it? Oh, my chat lagged because I changed screens here. Okay, now it's catching up. Holy crap, is it catching up? Hold on. Holy crap, it is catching up with like 10 minutes of chat. It's going... What day is Christmas Marathon on? Saturday, the 23rd of December. That way, it's a few days before Christmas, so it'll make it so that you won't miss Christmas to be on the marathon. Plus, for Christmas Eve, I'm probably going to be doing only one stream, just like I did on Thanksgiving Day. And then I'm not streaming at all on Christmas Day, so... Okay, we're good? All right, cool. Please start nominating games, both members and non-members. And if you're a member, you get to do both. Members get to post in the members thread and the open thread. Please do so. I'm glad I finally got it live. This will give you guys roughly 2 weeks to do it. And then probably just a couple days before the event, we'll close those off. We'll do the poll. And that'll determine the 3 games I played during the Christmas Marathon. Cool. Okay. So let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer at this point. All right, I figure we got to do it now. Let's do it now so before we get distracted, and then we'll do shout outs, and then we'll, the rest of the show. So, the GTA 6 trailer isn't much of a trailer at all. It's 90 seconds long. But actually, if you compare that with the other reveals that Rockstar has done for games like GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, it's right on par. Usually their initial reveals are very, very short. Okay? What they're meant to be is a taste. Just a taste of what the game is supposed to be. So, from this 90 seconds, what do we see? We see Miami Beach. We see Miami in general. We see the locations from Grand Theft Auto Vice City now rendered in 2023 graphics, right? Beautiful cars, awesome sun and sunlight, beaches, people dancing, partying on the beach, all in bikinis and bathing suits, nightclubs, dancing, drinking, twerking on top of cars. Yes, all of that. And when they show all of that, I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's even representative of what that game's going to be. I think they're showing you this is the vibe of the game. It's a party atmosphere in Miami, and everyone's going to be acting like an asshole, right? And that's what they're going for. They just want to show you the vibe. With GTA 5, the vibe was Hollywood. Everyone's a big shot. Everyone's a bigwig. Everyone's an asshole. Everyone's into movies and TV, reality TV, music. Everyone's into that shit. In this case, everyone's in Miami to party, right? So it seems like that's the vibe I get from watching this video. Now, the new protagonist, I believe her name is Lucia, a Hispanic woman who is in jail, and it shows her in her jail, her criminal jumpsuit, and then it shows her sitting there with her parole officer. And her parole officer says, well, how did you end up here? And she says, bad luck, I guess. Now, I read this as one of two things. First of all, this seems to me very similar to the relationship that Michael had with his psychiatrist in Grand Theft Auto 5. That perhaps over the course of GTA 6, you have to keep visiting your parole officer to check in on how you're doing. And likely you have to lie through your teeth about your life, because if you actually told your parole officer, oh, I'm committing crimes and doing things in Miami, you go right back to jail, right? So, that's kind of interesting to me. But the take there that, oh, just bad luck. I'm curious about that, and I'll be honest, that makes me a little nervous, and here's why. Historically, the protagonist of every single Grand Theft Auto is a criminal of some way, right? Tommy Vercetti, he already works for the mob, right? CJ, he's already been into gangs and drugs before. Now he's trying to get out, but then he gets pulled back in, right? Then he gets forced to do crimes and stuff by Tenpenny. Nico Bellic, the entire reason Nico Bellic is in the United States is because of things that he did over in Europe, that are unspeakable, and he needs to basically escape that life, and he's trying to start over, but it's because he did bad things. Michael, I mean, he's a reformed criminal. Not really. He's still a criminal. He's just kind of in hiding. Trevor's just a complete psychopath, right? Sociopath, psychopath. And Franklin, let's be honest, is just too much of a yes man who just does whatever he's told. Even if it's crime, he'll just do it anyway if he thinks he's going to make that paper, right? So every single protagonist up to this point, besides maybe Clyde, because Clyde has no voice or whatever in GTA 3, they're all criminals, right? In this case, when she's asked, so how did you end up here, by her parole officer, and she says, oh, bad luck. I don't know if I like that, because it means one of two things, right? It either means, okay, she's a super sly, she's going to pretend like she never did anything wrong, or in her mind she never did anything wrong, but in reality we know she's a criminal, she's done awful things. Or, and this is what I really hope they don't go for, I hope they're not like, oh, she was framed. She actually never committed a crime. And she went to jail for something she didn't do, but now, because she's been in jail, she's forced into a life of crime because it's the only way she can get by. I hope that's not the plot, because that would be like a big victim complex plot, and I'm not down for that. Like, GTA has always had a criminal protagonist, an anti-hero. And I like it being an anti-hero. I think we're used to that, and that's what we want from GTA. We don't want, oh, a victim who accidentally was in the wrong place, wrong time. You know, I hope that's not the case, okay? Now, they then go on to show Lucia in various different positions. For example, in one scene, she's busting into a store with her cohort. We don't even know his name yet, right? I don't think it's been officially announced. It's supposed to be like her significant other, but also partner in crime. So they're busting in with their guns to hold up a place, right? And then basically, it shows them talking, and she's basically asking him to trust her. And he says, yes, I trust you. And they're romantic because, like, she's straddling him in one scene. He has no shirt on, right? But we already know how GTA goes, right? We've played every GTA game, right? All of us out there. We all have. Let's be honest. So if you're not a sucker, okay, if you're totally not a sucker, you know what this game's going to be about. Do you know? Because I know. Here's the plot. Lucia is going to be the protagonist, even though we've been alluded to and fooled into possibly thinking this is a Bonnie and Clyde situation. This game is not Bonnie and Clyde. It's just Lucia's story. She's the protagonist, okay? So just get used to it. If you got problems with a woman being the protagonist, you're going to have a hard time with GTA 6, because I'm telling you right now, that's the plot. You could tell when you watch this teaser, that's what they're going for. She's the focal point of the teaser, okay? Now, this is the classic bait and switch, in my opinion. What do I mean by that? They make you think this is Bonnie and Clyde, where the whole game is going to be the two of them working together. I don't think that's it at all. I think one of two things is going to happen in this game. Number one, whoever that dude is, he's going to die. And it doesn't have to be relatively early in, maybe halfway through the game. He's going to die. And then she's going to be left alone to try to survive and figure out how to do things for herself. And that's going to be the drama of the game, right? He gets arrested or he gets killed, and now she has to do it all herself. She's the protagonist. Or, on the flip side, well, not really the flip side, but a different take on that, which may even be more interesting, all right? At one point in the game, what I think will happen is there's going to be a critical choice that needs to be made, and that guy, even though up until now we think, oh, they're together, they're romantic, they're in it forever, he betrays her in some way. Maybe he finds a way to escape so he can get away, and he leaves her behind as the bait to get arrested. Maybe the whole thing was a trick all along. Who knows, right? But I feel like that's the plot. I do. I feel like that's the plot. I don't think this is going to be them in it for the whole game. We just had a game with 3 protagonists in GTA 5 where they all were working together to do stuff. I think that's the trick in this one. They want you to think it's going to be GTA 5 again, and it's not. That's the twist, okay? I 100% believe that's the plot of the game, and I think that's why it's a trick. You think it's going to be Bonnie and Clyde, and it's her. The whole game's her story. I'm okay with that, as long as she's well written, as long as she's complex and interesting, and she has these dilemmas of conscience and things all these characters have in GTA. I'm okay with that. But I think a lot of people are getting the wrong impression, and I think the reason Rockstar is doing it let's be honest, is because people are fucking sexist idiots. And GTA is a very male-oriented game. Look at all the sexual content with half-naked women and stuff in it, right? There's no dudes walking around with their dongs flopping out, but there's women walking around with their boobs out. It's supposed to be for young dudes who are, like, into that shit. It always has been. So if they announced, oh, the game has a female protagonist right off the bat, half the people are like, oh, you can't take that. Oh, you're so woke to have a female protagonist. I'm not playing it. I'm out of here, you know? And that's so stupid and closed-minded. It really is. But that's how people are in modern society and with games in a lot of ways. They're still like that. So I definitely feel like that's the case. That Rockstar is purposefully leading us along to think the game will be one thing, when in reality it will not, because they don't want to have that kind of negative backlash. Okay? That's my take. You could disagree, but that's my take. Now, the funny part about that is, all right, outside of everything I just mentioned, which I analyzed or guessed from the trailer, there's nothing else to say. Why not? Because it's all fluff. It's 90 seconds. And out of the 90 seconds they show, literally like 60 to 70 seconds is just a montage of clips. Here's a road with cars and guys are getting out of their cars. Here's the beach. Everyone's partying on the beach, right? Here's the nightclub and people are throwing money at a twerking stripper. Here's a party. They're all dancing. Here's a woman twerking on top of a car. Oh, look, an alligator's in a pool. Oh, look, an alligator's running into a convenience store. Oh, look, here's a SWAT team busting down a house. You can't discern anything from that because that's probably not representative of what the game's going to be. What they're doing is they're building atmosphere, but they're not showing you the game. You have absolutely no idea what the gameplay elements will be in GTA 6 because they didn't show any, right? So I think that's on purpose, right? But I'll be honest, if you watch the trailer for GTA 5, the initial teaser, it's a little bit more revealing. You get told there's 3 protagonists, and it looks like they'll be working together to do heists. Like, you get that idea from the initial teaser, and then it hooks you. Ooh, that's a new gameplay element for GTA 5, where you're going to have 3 protagonists, and they're going to do heists together. Now, at that time, you didn't know you could switch between them. That was revealed later down the line. I remember specifically when they revealed that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of unique and interesting. That could be pretty good. So we know nothing about the gameplay right now, right? We really don't. But outside of that, is it a good teaser? I would say, does it tease you? Yeah, it does. But sadly, there's not a lot of substance. You know, you're left to analyze the very few scenes and frames you get with Lucia that actually pertain to the real game. Everything else is just fluff because this game has been in development for 10 years and people are foaming at the mouth for information about it. And I see people online that, oh my God, it's the best teaser ever. I'm like, what the fuck are you watching, you fucking idiot? I mean, people are such fucking dumb idiots these days. Wow, that was so good. It didn't even show anything. You don't know what the game is. You don't know anything about you. You have to guess at the plot, right? Like, what the fuck did you learn from the trailer that you think it's the best thing ever? You're a moron, right? How do you think that's the best thing ever? People are so dumb. Now, another thing is that some people are upset that it's coming out in 2025. I literally said on this show yesterday it's coming out, or was it this show yesterday? Was it in chat? I said yesterday it's coming out 2025. That's exactly what I said because I knew it wasn't going to come out next year. That was too early. They want to have time to hype it, and they're going to be doing slow reveals over the year to show you gameplay elements and buzz for it and everything. I knew that. All right. Plus, here's the thing. I would almost bet that they're going to try to pull a GTA 5 again. What do I mean by that? They're going to try to do a thing where they're going to sell this game at the end of the life cycle of certain consoles, and then they're going to resell it on the next gen. That's exactly what they did with GTA 5, and I guarantee you they're going to do that with this. And you want to know how I know that? Because if you didn't pay attention, in the trailer, it says coming to Series X and PS5, and that's it. Did you notice a big glaring omission? There's nothing there for PC. Did you notice it doesn't say for PC? Do you want to know why it doesn't say it's for PC? Because they want to sell you this game multiple times again. So by leaving PC out at launch, okay, by doing that, they actually have it so that you will buy this game on a console, play it, and then buy it again when it releases on PC in the next year. That is their intention. 100%, that's exactly what they want. They want your money twice, 3 times, 4 times over. That's what happened with GTA 5. You bought it on PS3 and Xbox 360. Within a few months, it was out on PS4 and Xbox One, and everyone bought it again. Everyone did. Everyone literally bought it twice, right? Then it came out on PC, so that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're going to do. Console launch, then PC, then next-gen console, so you're going to buy the game 3 times. And people are going to fall for it again, because it's GTA. For some reason, there's certain games where you fall. Every year people fall for Call of Duty. Never fails. Even though people say, oh, this version sucks, it's just a ripoff, it's just a DLC, then they buy it. Every year, never fails. GTA is that same example. People are going to buy this game over and over, okay? So, there you go. That's my take. My take is, number one, Lucia will be the protagonist. There is no second protagonist. It's going to be a story where either she's betrayed or her partner gets murdered or killed or arrested, and now she's left to deal with that. I think that's the drama of the game. That's my take, and they don't want to admit that right away, because you'll have people who are fucking sexist idiots who will say they don't like the game because it has a female lead the entire game. That's take number one. Take number two is that we just don't know enough about the game to really make judgments, because all you saw was fluff in that teaser besides the few little pieces about Lucia. And I really hope that it does not become a victim game where, wrong place, wrong time, unfairly incarcerated, then freed but forced into the life of crime because there's just no other way for her to make a living outside of crime, right? Victim. I don't want a victim story. I want a story where someone made bad decisions and maybe they have a redemption arc or maybe they don't. Like, take a look at Michael in GTA 5. He doesn't necessarily really have a redemption arc. He has a few moments of goodness, but he's pretty much still an asshole, right? That's good. That's interesting. That's better than the boring, very cliche, it was just a bad situation, and because she's the first female protagonist, she was always innocent, and she's just forced into this life of debauchery and crime, right? No, I don't like that. I want it to be just like, what you expect. She's a criminal. She made bad decisions. Maybe now she tries to fix her life. Who knows, right? We'll see. So, that's my take, all right? You could disagree, and that's okay, but that's what I got out of that initial teaser. I hope you enjoyed my analysis. Now, if you'd like to see me formally react to it, you could always submit it for my React show this coming Sunday, DSP versus the Internet. People who are members on my DSP Reacts channel, feel free to formally submit and say, I want to see you react live to the whole thing, and I will. Okay? Okay. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you'll consider it. Okay? All right. Now, I actually had a few other things to do. Like, I have some news, but it's already past noon. So I think what I'd actually like to do is just get to shout-outs, and we'll go from there. Maybe we'll have to save some stuff for tomorrow. All right? So let's go ahead and do shout-outs. So, we have, let's see here. We start off today with Queen of Darkness 2597, who became a channel member this morning. Thank you to Queen of Darkness. That's a brand new one, I believe, correct? I think that counts as a fresh membership. So thank you for that, Queen of Darkness. Then we've got Delancius, who re-upped his membership at the ultra level of support. So thank you, Delancius. Then Queen of Darkness dropped a bunch of gifted memberships on the channel this morning. So thank you for that. And let's go through those because quite a lot of people got gifted memberships, okay? So congratulations to the following people. You ready? Hold on. Okay. So, congratulations to Fed Roger, Kirst Nothic, D.A.O. Hana, Dr. Mark, Daniel Yee, Brian Larson, Demolition Daddy, Arnex, Fear America, and Ronnie. Congrats to all of you. But that's not all. Also, congratulations are in order for Mr. Chip 76, NV Silence, Nemesis T-Type, Wong, and Adam Combo. So, that's a lot. First of all, if you just received a gifted membership, be sure to thank Queen of Darkness for gifting all those memberships to you. 'Tis the season to be grateful for what we receive. Speaking of which, thank you so much, Queen of Darkness. That's a lot of support for the channel this morning. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you so very much. What I'd like to do now is actually see where we're at with members, because it's hard to count. Like, I don't know what counted as a new one, what counted as a re-up there. I just want to double check. So let me open my little stats here, and we'll update formally what we're looking at for members today. My goal for today, by the end of today, was to try to hit 550 members. It looks like we may have already done that. We have exceeded that. We are currently at 551 members. So thank you very much to Queen of Darkness. That is very generous of you. I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, that was my goal for the day. We hit it. So I'm just going to say thank you so very much for that support. Really. And of course, if anyone else wants to become a member or give memberships today, hey, now you can begin to nominate games for the Christmas event, because we just set that up on the podcast today. Okay, so that's excellent. Okay, now let's do some tip shout outs, shall we? Let's take a look here. All right, let's see here. So I received a $10 tip from Axel this morning. Hold on a second here. Let's go ahead and play an animation for Axel. Thank you. First tip of the day. And they are talking about Street Fighter 6. So hold on a second here. Here we go. All right. So Axel says the following. Your latest Street Fighter 6 stream was great. You'll definitely hit Master soon, despite lag and other shenanigans. I'm looking forward to playing RoboCop. I've heard it's a fun game. Thank you, Axel, for a $10 tip this morning. I already talked about Street Fighter 6, but yeah, it's gonna be a rough climb. Let's just put it that way. What can you do? It's gonna be hard with a character like that, but I'm gonna do my best. And you know, the good news is, even on nights like last night, it's a little bit rougher. I still made progress. So as long as I keep making the progress, and I did make the progress, I won more than I lost. I got closer to 5-star diamond. So looking forward to Friday night. And of course, yes, I'm definitely interested in RoboCop today. Hopefully, it's as good as people have said. And then actually, Axel did a second tip, a $5 tip, and said, "You're one of the only honest content creators that's left." Hold on. Let me play this animation. And you seem to care about your audience, which is nice. Please don't change. Well, thank you, Axel. These are nice, very kind words from Axel this morning, and I appreciate the tip as well. Thank you so very much. Let me tell you, it's not easy. And what I mean by that is, number one, as you all know, the level of bullshit and harassment that I get. But I don't want to harp on that. But yeah, it's rough to try to maintain positivity when you've got so much negativity thrown at you every single day and all around you, this white noise created around you. Right? If you just come and chill on my streams, you probably have a great time. If you can find a way to kind of sort out that white noise nonsense, right? So there you go. You know, but in addition to that, because I am the size that I am, meaning I'm a huge fat man. No, that's not what I meant. What I meant was, because I'm a content creator and streamer that has a few hundred people on each stream. Like, how many do we have this morning? 558. I don't know why we've had so many viewers recently. I really don't. But anyway, I swear, like, we have like another 100 extra every day for some reason than we used to. I don't look at viewer count. But because we have, I only have a few hundred people to really interact with on a stream, I'm able to have a more personable relationship with those who attend. You know, especially tonight. Like tonight for Like a Dragon, we're going to have conversations. We're going to have fun. Of course, we'll be enjoying the game and talking about that, but I'm sure we'll talk about other things too. That's the fun. If I were a giant creator who always had thousands or more on my stream, you just can't even have a conversation. You know what I mean? You just can't. And it just, instead of that, it just becomes, all right, it's just all about the game all the time, which is fine. But I definitely like having that more personable connection with my audience because I'm not a giant creator. And honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why I'm still successful. That if I had gone down that route of just get maximum viewership at all times, by any means necessary, which is what a lot of creators do these days, I wouldn't be happy with the content I put out. And at the same time, people wouldn't feel like they do watching the content. You know what I mean? I feel like it would be completely different. It's way less personable, and just, let's watch this asshole today, as opposed to, oh, let's have a good time with Phil and relax and chill. That's the difference. Not to say that there aren't people who think I'm an asshole. Usually they're not on my streams. They watch restreams and shit, and that's fine. Let them go sit over there and stay the fuck out of here where we're positive, right? So there you go. All right, thank you very much, Axel, for the tips. Hold on a second here, because I did not refresh my stuff at all. Okay. Okay, I think we're good for now. So what I would say is we have a little bit of time left. Not a ton, but we have a little bit of time left. If you would like to ask me a question, please tag me in the chat, and we'll do a little bit of open Q&A. For the record, we have hit my members goal for today. Thank you so much for that. I am looking to hit the tier 1 tips goal on each of my streams today for RoboCop and for Like a Dragon. If you want to contribute and help out today, one of the great ways to do that would be by sending a tip. And thank you in advance to anyone who supports the streams in any way, okay? Liza for Soul, thank you for your super chat. I'm sure that you'll be staring at the badonkadonks in the GTA 6 trailer for weeks on end. In fact, you might even have some eye strain and have to see a doctor about it. Because you probably have it on loop, right? You probably bought virtual glasses. You ever seen those glasses that are supposed to be like VR, like projected into your eyes? So you probably wore those glasses and you have one ass in each eye. So you actually are seeing VR ass in the GTA 6 trailer. All right. Personally, I don't care about VR ass. Because I have a nice family life here in real life. I don't need to stare at VR ass all day, But some people, that's what you go for it. He says yes, that's what he's doing right now. It's the twerking woman on top of the car. He's just staring right at that giant ass all day, every day. Very nice. There you go. Mark is excited about a female protagonist. Well, good for you. Personally, here's my take. I don't care about the gender. I don't care about the ethnicity. I don't care if they have 14 arms. I don't give a shit. As long as it's a well-written plot with interesting things that happen and good character development, then I'm fine with it. I don't mind who the protagonist of a story is, a movie, a video game. I think that's the problem is a lot of the times, oh, well, we're just doing this to be different because, it's always commonplace that this happens, so we're going to be contrarian and we want to be more representative, more liberal, so we're going to do the other thing. That's great, but if you do the other thing, make it good. It's not just about you did the other thing, now everyone has to accept it and like it and could partake in it. In fact, that's exactly the opposite of what's been going on with places like Disney. They just made a movie called The Marvels, and it was 3 female protagonists, and everyone says the movie is dog shit. It's not good at all. It's poorly written, it's poorly executed, it's a bad movie, but we were all supposed to rush to the theaters to see it because it's 3 women protagonist superheroes. Nobody cares. We want a good story. We want something good that's worth our time and money. I don't care that you made the protagonist female. What about the Ghostbusters remake in 2016? Oh, it's Ghostbusters. You always wanted Ghostbusters 3. Well, here it is, except it's nothing to do with the original Ghostbusters. It's a cast of 4 comedians who literally are not funny in this movie at all. But because it's 4 females, you better go see it. No, I don't have to see it. And I still haven't seen it. And I won't see it because it's dog shit. When I saw the trailer making queefing jokes, I knew this movie was not worth watching. Hence, if GTA 6 is made with great writing, great characters, great story, everything good, I don't care about the main character at all. I don't care anything about them. But it better be done well. Don't just say, oh, it's Lucia, but now because it's a female, now you just accept, like I said, don't make it a victim complex game. Oh, because she's female, she was always innocent. It's, no. Absolutely not. Make it just as good, as well developed as all the other GTAs. Then you got my attention, right? Make it worth all of our while. That's my feeling. Yes, Derek, you can post the GTA 6 trailer for the React Show. I've already recommended it. Yes. Yes, I've heard that the Warzone update is supposed to be 9 a.m., but There's no guarantees, but I hope it really is. Will there be a Battle Royale sim during the Christmas stream? If you guys haven't noticed, all right, seriously, if you haven't noticed, basically the way I see it is, this year, wrestling really has fallen out of any kind of favor in my content, right? I didn't buy the new WWE game. I think, did I do one wrestling sim? That was it. That was it. And the truth is, no one's really asking for it, all right? At one point in my life, pro wrestling was a big thing. When I was a kid in the 80s, and then sometime in the 90s, the new generation, then I stopped watching it entirely. Then I got into it in the 2000s, and that carried over into my early YouTube years, right? But the last 6-7 years of my life, it hasn't really influenced me. I don't really care. I don't watch pro wrestling. I don't really give a shit about it. I haven't even bought the new, like I said, I didn't buy the new WWE this year. I skipped it completely, right? So the way I see it, I'm not really even thinking about it. You know, I'm thinking about this Christmas marathon. Just think of all the stuff we're going to do. A fun intro podcast that'll be festive. I'll be drinking. We're going to do the schedule update. We're going to go through all the games for the next several months and pan out that schedule, right? We're going to play a game or two. We're going to have some food. We're going to play another game. We're going to have like a festive thing at the end where I have a snack or whatever. Like I always do, like a DSP tries it that's holiday themed or whatever. I feel like we have enough for the entire event. The last thing I'm thinking about is doing a wrestling sim. It really, I'm not even kidding you. It hasn't even popped into my mind once. Oh, the King of Christmas tournament. I haven't even thought about it, you know? And I know for some it's a tradition, but keep in mind we didn't do it for 2-3 years. Last year we did do it, but it hasn't been a thing. The way I see it, all right, if next year or in another year I decide to buy a WWE game, if they even make them, because I'm not even paying attention anymore if they're still making them or not. Chances are if I bought it, I wouldn't even know half the people in it anymore, because I'm not in the loop. But yeah, like if I get the new one or whatever and I already have it and then there's a reason, but like I don't think so. I don't think saying, oh, we're going to dedicate a whole hour to doing a King of Christmas tournament, or even more than that, when you really think about it. If you do the King of Christmas tournament, that's a series of matches and everything. I don't think so. I'm not feeling it this year. I don't really care about the wrestling thing. So I would say probably not. Unless there is a giant campaign staged to have me do it, I just don't think that we're going to do it. And by the way, it wouldn't be during the Christmas marathon. It wouldn't. So let's see what people think. But I'm more against it. I'm more against, let's do more relax. Let's do a nice chill, a tier maker, talking about ranking like Christmas specials and movies, right? Let's do other festive things that just, it doesn't have to be about stupid pro wrestling that I just don't watch anymore. What's happened is I get older, I grow out of stuff. Earlier in my life, there's things I was into, I'm not into anymore. That's definitely one of them I just don't give a crap about anymore. Everyone coming on my stream, people were coming on my stream a week or two ago, oh, CM Punk. Like, I don't give a fuck. I thought CM Punk was still wrestling in the other thing, or AEW. No, did you know he left there and now he's in WWE? No, I don't care. I really don't know or care. I'm not following any of it. I mean, I told you guys, I have actively in the last year tried to unfollow all wrestling trends on Twitter/X. And then they keep popping up and I unfollow, not interested. And then it pops up again in like another day. No, I don't care. It's so exhausting and inundating to try to figure that shit out and follow it. I just don't give a fuck. Okay. All right. I received a $20 tip from 1 Minute Man. Thank you very much, 1 Minute Man, for the $20 tip today. I appreciate that. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. There's a nice animation, as usual. I really like the remastered animations. The remastered ones this year are this one, the me as Scrooge in the Muppet Christmas Carol, and then me as well, Joe Pesci. I mean, it's not Marv, right? It's the other one. I forgot his name. That robber in Home Alone. Those are the two remastered ones that were redone this year with the new AI and better resolution. So I hope that you guys like those this year. They look pretty good to me. Okay. Derek, I already answered your question. I already said yes. You can submit the GTA 6 trailer for the React show. I've already asked that people do it if you want to see me live react to it. I already answered that. You seem to be missing my response. Yes, you can post it up. License for Soul did a super chat. Why does the title say you're going to play RoboCop? Aren't you playing Baldur's Gate 3? No, I'm not playing Baldur's Gate 3. Absolutely not. I heard that. See, I'm on Death Mountain today, so they don't have Baldur's Gate 3 here. If we were going to play an RPG, we'd be forced to play Zelda on the CDI. Those really great Zelda games with those awesome full motion videos. Those are the best ones. Harry, that was his name. Harry. That's right. There's Harry and Marv. Gotcha. So it was Harry who was the guy getting the blowtorch to the head, played by Joe Pesci. Gotcha. What's going on, Jade? How are you? Good to see you here today. My thoughts on Peter Griffin appearing in Fortnite. Why on earth would I give two shits about Peter Griffin appearing in Fortnite? Right? Why would I care about that? What does it have to do with anything? Right? You might as well ask me, what are my thoughts on the flavor of tacos in Argentina? I don't have thoughts on that. I don't care. Why would I care about that? How does it affect me? Right? He asked me the most random questions. What do you think about the length of the tails of iguanas in Ecuador? I don't think about that. It's not really that important to me. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this reminded me, this animation, tonight, I'm going to be filming and releasing my first review of a holiday movie on DSP Reacts. And indeed, it will be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I watched it last night. That movie is so good. I cannot wait to do a review of it tonight for the channel. It's one of the best Christmas movies ever made. I remember seeing it in theaters with my dad. And to this day, I still watch it as much as I can. It's such a great movie. I cannot wait to review that for you tonight. So check that out later tonight after the late stream over on DSP Reacts. The first holiday review of the year is coming. I'm very excited to put that out for you. Would I ever do 24/7 stream? No, and there's many reasons why. Allow me to explain. People who do 24/7 streams typically, number one, are much younger than me. Number two, they don't have issues with health like me. And number three, they typically would have a way to take breaks or tag out to someone else so they could take breaks. So that's three things. Number one, I'm too old for it. If I did a 24-hour stream, it likely would be way too tiring, debilitating. When I do one of my normal marathons, where I'm here in the morning and I'm here through to like 7, 8 p.m., I'm tired as shit. And that's only at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Now imagine if I tried to do 10 a.m. to 10 a.m., right? I'd be out asleep. I wouldn't be able to stay awake. I'm just being honest. Like, I think it would be incredibly bad for me. Number two, I have back issues. Even right now, no exaggeration, I haven't really talked to you guys about this recently. I tweaked my back recently, not my lower back, but my upper back. So I got a disc issue in my upper back, and I'm waiting for it to go away, and it takes usually a week or two. It's very annoying, and I've had major lower back issues in when I was younger, like my early YouTube days. I had crazy debilitating pain in my lower legs and everything because I hurt a disc in my lower back. So for me to be sitting around all day sedentary is really bad. Not only my age, but my body is not in line with that. It would not want that. Okay. And number three, like I said, unlike other people who are streamers who have teams of friends and stuff that come over, like if this, for example, if this were the old days and I was back in Connecticut and I was single, all right, and we're gonna do a 24-hour crazy marathon. I'm gonna stream for 6, 7 hours, and there's gonna be co-op with me and my old friend John Rambo. But then John Rambo's gonna tag in, and he's gonna stream for 2, 3 hours, and then someone else is gonna tag in for 2 hours. Then I'll be back and we'll do more. That's different. But for me, just to sit here for 24 hours and do a stream myself would be insanely stupid. I would probably end up hurting myself so badly and regret it so much. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think people care about me pulling stunts like that. Like, there's streamers out there that their viewers would go nuts for it, right? Oh my God, this is amazing, right? I would watch Phil's 24-hour stream and I would donate and I would do all these crazy things to help him out. I don't think that would happen. People like my content for being consistent, for being dependable, for me being prolific, for doing as much as I do, getting through as many games as I do, doing special events. They like that. No one is looking for Phil to do the stage special stunt event, right? A lot of content creators are like that. People are looking for that. They want the stunt. They want the crazy thing they're going to do next on stream. No one cares about that with me. That's not what people are here for, right? Like right now, if I were to pull some of my longest running viewers and say, would you prefer if I did a week where I did all regular content, great advancement in all the games that I'm doing, all on time, all dependable, business as usual, fun stuff, or I did a 24-hour marathon stunt and then I couldn't stream for 2 days after? Which would you prefer? Probably 99% of my regular viewers would be like, just do the regular content, man. Like, we don't want to see you lose out on days and stuff because you're doing a dumb stunt, right? Most of my viewers are older, right? If you actually look at my demographics, it's actually people in their mid-20s to 40s. I'm not shitting you. That's my major viewership, is like mid-20s. I think it's like mid-20s to mid-30s is number 1. And then it's like mid-30s to like 40s is number 2. And then it's like 17 to 25 is like number 3. And then younger is like 1%. Like kids is like 1% of my viewing audience. So people aren't fucking around when they come here. They're not looking for bullshit. They're coming here for dependability and fun. They're not coming for stunts, you know? So it hasn't really been a thing to think about. Okay. Joel Aloff says, there are plenty of physical Avatar copies in the wild, but surprisingly, they're all locked. You can't play the game until December 7th. That's ominous, right? So you go to boot it, and the game says you cannot play it till release day? That's interesting. A digitally locked game. Abdullah says, Nicolas Cage says he's only going to act in 3 or 4 more movies, then he's going to retire from movie acting and focus on being a TV actor. I mean, he also wants to spend time with his family. I think that's very respectable. Good for him. I mean, he's been in a zillion fucking movies at this point. So, if that's what he wants to do, I say let him do what he wants to do. More power to him. No, I've already announced we will be giving out 2 copies of RoboCop during RoboCop gameplay. So during the portion when I'm actually playing RoboCop and all of that, at some point I'll say, okay, let's take a brief break and let's give out the first copy. Then I'll play more and I'll say, okay, after that, it's time to give out the second copy. But that's during the stream. That's not now. DC Jr., thanks for the super chat. No, you're not going to be my errand guy with 8-hour streams. No one's going to be my errand guy because I'm a one-man show and always have been. I'm not going to have other people jumping in here and being X factors in my content. How do you think I've been around for so long, right? Why do you think I've been along for so long? Because it's all on me, and there's one person that I know I can kind of trust, and that's me, right? In fact, of the people who I've worked with, how many of them have not betrayed me? 0. So, yeah. I think that it's time. Yeah, that's why. That's why I'm still here. All right, I'll see you later, Derek. Have a good night, or a good day, afternoon. That's right. Mark says that one of the best things about you is your consistency with your streaming times. You see? Exactly right. I'm consistent. You know I'm here every day at the same times. Correct? Right? There you go. Perfect. Most people, like, I'm going to stream at this time. I might stream at this time. I'm going to stream today, but I don't know when. No, I treat this like a job. I treat this like a serious job. Every day, here's my schedule. I'm sticking to it. There's some exceptions where things might be extenuating circumstances, but for the most part, you know you can depend on me to be here every day at this time and put out that content for you, right? I pride myself on that. I want that level of consistency, that level of dependability. No, the Christmas Marathon games do not have to be festive Christmas games. They could be. This year, there actually are some good selections. Like, there was a Grinch game that just came out recently. Maybe that'd be a perfect one to play during the Christmas Marathon. But it doesn't have to be. We could do any game would be eligible that I could play, you know, on Xbox, Switch, PS5, or PC. Okay? What do I think is the factor that draws in a fan base of 20 to 30-year-olds for me? Take a look at my content. Do you see any stupid gimmicks in this content, right? Do you see me catering to kids? Or trying to look or act like a fucking character for children, right? Do you see me trying to use all the YouTube tropes, the fucking stupid edited thumbnail with my cartoonish face on it, trying to look like a smiley on every fucking thumbnail? I don't do any of the stunts. I don't do any of the bullshit. When you come here, you get serious content. Again, you know, of covering games, you know, a podcast every day that covers various topics, like all this stuff, and it's consistent stuff. That's what adults want. Adults have been there, done that with the drama shit, with the stupid fucking stunts and bullshit. They've been, okay, I saw that when I was younger, right? And then you'll grow up and you move on, right? It's phases of your life. You know, an old YouTube used to be about everyone doing these dumb, overacting stunts and pranks. Kid destroys, or dad destroys kid's Xbox. You know, guy acts like a fucking immature asshole and freaks out on camera. That was gig for dumb people. That was great stuff 10, 15 years ago. And then people grow up and mature, and like, I don't want to watch that shit anymore, and now it's not popular anymore, right? So it's the same premise. Is people have different levels in their lives. And I feel like if you're into gaming, you don't want to hear some kid's hot take on it or doing stunts for money and fucking September and shit like that, right? All you want is to come by and have a good time, hear someone's honest takes on games, someone who's not beholden to anything, and you can have a chill, laid-back atmosphere. Of course, you get to see me rage at fighting games and multiplayer games, and that's part of the fun. But that's a different situation for sure than most content creators in 2023 who are looking to make that bag and doing everything they possibly can to make a buck. It's not what I'm here for. I've been there, done that. I did that in my youth. Those days are behind me. Now we can just relax and be honest with each other and have good interactions and genuine content. You see? That's my appeal, and that's why I think I get that demographic. People who don't want the bullshit. They've been through the bullshit. They don't want bullshit content. They don't have time for that shit. Okay. All right. Are we good? I think we've covered quite enough topics now. Correct? All right. I want to say I thank you all. Great podcast today. I absolutely knew that this would be a good one with talking about the GTA 6 trailer, and I knew I had some interesting takes on it. I'm curious, what do you guys think? Leave comments on this video. Do you agree and disagree with my takes on the GTA 6 trailer? Or actually, you should really call it a teaser. It's not really a trailer. It's a teaser. What are your thoughts? I'd love to read some of your comments about the GTA 6 teaser and be able to talk about them maybe tomorrow, okay? Please start nominating games for the Christmas event. It's very important that you do. And thank you all for a great show. I'm very excited to jump into RoboCop and see if it's any good. I mean, you guys have been recommending it for so dang long at this point that you have to think, right, that it's going to be good. So I guess we'll find out today. Thanks, everyone. Tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be talking about RoboCop and many other things. I didn't get to game news today. I guess I'll save that for tomorrow. Everyone, have a good one. Happy holidays. See you again tomorrow. And stay warm. Bye-bye.